but you might later. Specializing in preventative skin cancer screening and treatment, and also the author of Ultimate Health, Dr. Wilson. We have Dr. Phil Roberts, board certified in emergency medicine, advanced diplomat of the Board of Anti-Aging, Functional and Regenerative Medicine, currently working on a master's in metabolic nutritional medicine, as if he didn't already have enough education. And Dr. Sean Dillon, founded the Calvert Medical Group, lectured more. Let me stop this for just a second. Let me let you understand something. Dr. Dillon spoke in 38 states last year alone about the metabolic syndrome. He's the only guy up here that may speak more than Logan does in various states. He is a well-known, renowned doctor of the metabolic syndrome. Now, this is your medical advisory board. They are here to help Paul. Advisory staff. Why are they here? What's real simple. Paul knows what he knows, but these gentlemen right here are also practicing physicians, MDs. They have a wealth of information, and they also add credibility to everything that we're doing. As you know, we have a dedication to only bring to you the highest quality, best ingredients. And we will not bring them to you until we know they are perfect. Well, guess what? We not only go through that rigorous QC process that you've heard about so many times, we have to also go through every one of these gentlemen, and any one of them that voices an objection, guess what? Process stops until we can figure out what the objection is and make sure we can get past it. But before I go through all of those details, I want each one of them to give an opportunity to tell why they want to be a part of IDLife and this board. Dr. Loria.
Thank you. You know, as a physician, you hope that you can dedicate your life to serving one person, one patient at a time. And over the more than 30 years that I've been a physician, I've been privileged to treat and care for probably thousands of people. When I was introduced to the IDLife opportunity and I first listened to Logan's video, I looked at it and I said to myself, you know, I don't think I've ever seen a more authentic person in my life. And then when I met Mark and all of the other executives here at IDLife, I was amazed that everybody was the same. The culture of every one of the people who leads this company is exactly the same. And when I was privileged to come to know Dr. Sullivan, I've never met anybody with more knowledge of nutrition and how to prevent disease in my life. I think he's one of the most knowledgeable, superb scientists that I've ever known. So it's just been an honor and a privilege for me to associate with such a wonderful and service-oriented group of people. When I think about our CEO and his vision and his purpose, and I think about what I've dedicated my life to, serving one person at a time, I realized that this was an opportunity that hopefully, with God's help and Logan's leadership, we'll be able to serve millions together. And I thank you for the privilege to do that.
Dr. Wilson.
My dermatology.
Don't talk about that.
Happens to be your largest organ in your body. It's all your first line of defense against various types of infections, etc. It's a very important immune organ also, so we need to take good care of it. Not too much sun exposure. And you know, Phil and I were talking a minute ago about vitamin D. So many people know how important vitamin D is, but did you know many of us can't get enough sun to have adequate vitamin D levels. Vitamin D was taken for granted for years. But what we know is that it's critical for normal heart function, brain, immunologic system function, and it's best to get it. The American Academy of Dermatology decided after years of study that it's best we need to get it by taking supplementation. Now, I want to say something very briefly about where we're going. If you look at it, we've had, and we still have today, a sick care system in the United States. ID nutrition is about prevention. It's about true health care. So as soon as Karen J. Hickman told me about this product that could be customized, I was immediately on it. And then when I met Paul and talked, you know, with other people up here that are running the company, I was sold.
It's a joy and an honor to be here. I got to tell you, when I got the call, the invitation to be on this board, it was the biggest medical honor I've ever received. Getting to talk some to Mark and then, you guys, this is amazing. To work with Dr. Paul Sullivan, oh man, I don't get palpitations, but close. Let me tell you something. I'm not important in this. What's important is for you to understand a couple of points here. You never, never, never need to duck your head when someone says, well, what's it got in it? It can't be good. No, it's not this. I got something better. You got the best right here. You got the man right here. Don't duck your head. One other thing. They will never compromise quality. I'm talking to this man right here yesterday. He's at the deal doing the lawyer thing and all this, and he goes, we're going to do the best. And I go, wow, that's amazing. Talking to Paul before I got in, we've been talking for several months. One of my big concerns with the anti-aging is that so many of us have what's called the MTHFR SNP. What is that? I'm not real sure, but somebody told me last night. I'm going to try to remember. No, here's what it is. You cannot remove toxins from your body as well. So you got one arm behind your back, you're trying to fight somebody. It doesn't work as well. So you end up getting more premature aging. You get more prone to get heart attacks, dementia, if you're a female, miscarriages. So, in talking to Paul, we're talking about it and say, well, who gets it, who needs it, da-da-da-da-da. Guess what they decided to do? In the next several months, everybody gets it. So, you can't be what you're working with. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. A few things about my thought process before I started on board roughly a month ago. I was presented this opportunity by Jeff McCabe, my upline. I've known Jeff for a couple of years. Thank you, Jeff. So it's absolutely a wonderful, wonderful thing going on. This is, in short, an unparalleled opportunity for myself to take care of the masses. When we take care of our patients, it's really one-on-one. I have a practice with about 8,000 to 9,000 patients in the practice. It's wonderful to take care of them, but I never really get to do it other than individually at a time. Here we unite as a team, taking care of the masses together. When I thought of what's taken place the last few days of being here, I think of a couple of key words. Inspirational, motivational, but perhaps most importantly, humbling. And you ask why humbling? Because many of you are aware that our country right now is under a healthcare crisis. A lot is going on in the healthcare arena. Nobody really knows which direction we're headed in. And as my associates behind me mentioned, it's really not about healthcare, it's about sick care. We wait until the patients come to us and they're sick and ill. I think about the term wellness a few years ago and what that really meant and how I didn't understand it. Wellness, in my opinion, is feeling the best you can feel, always. If you've had a day when you felt incredible, and you think this day went by and I didn't have a single complaint, problem, single ache or pain, that to me is wellness. And that's what we will be providing and are providing the masses on a regular basis. So be proud of that. A few other key things that I do want to point out is that it's an incredibly exciting period, obviously, for all of us. And perhaps most important, we are at the start of the beginning. I cannot even fathom the thought of how many folks are here and what is going on. And this is the first event. Oh my goodness, absolutely amazing. So, again, I want to thank everybody for this. I want to thank Logan, Haley, I want to thank Mark, Sarah, everybody for all they've done to make this event incredible. And I want to end by saying that I would not be here if it wasn't for my wonderful wife, Monica, who's a physician as well. She's a nephrologist, and she is my lifeline. So she's carried me through life to where I am, and I want to thank her and thank God for her. I also want to just say I have one sister. She is a physician, and I always wanted to be in a big family. I wanted to have many siblings. Well, I didn't know before I came here today that I have 3,000 brothers and sisters here.
Did you notice a common theme amongst all the doctors? They all have a servant heart. They're all here for the same reason. They could help one person in their practice, or they can help millions here. That's their goal. That's why they're here. But let me tell you something else about each one of these gentlemen. They're all associates, just like you. Over the next few months, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to start doing with the SciMed board with regard to giving you tools, with regard to giving you newsletters specific to things that you need to help build your business. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is your SciMed board. Please give them another round of applause.